Hello people, today I am reviewing the Marvelous Museum MMO2 Mechanical Tripoxius. Try saying that 3 times fast. This is the second in the series of the Marvelous Museum from Suyata. This one here is a flying dynasted beetle, and I just finished him last night. Funny enough, this one includes a box art that has one of Suyata's other. One of my popular videos that I recorded was of the Hunter's poem Arya, who includes that nice motorcycle and that nice dog drone. So nice including another line of their making on the box art of their new product. So this one's been out for a while now. It's available pretty widely. A lot of people are kind of turned off by Suyata because their kits are a little iffy. They take a little bit more work than, say, Kotobukiya or Gunpla, Bandai in general. That said, here he is in all his mechanical glory. This guy, I think the cost is around $30. Not too expensive. Comes with basically what you see here. There is a clear piece that I went and managed to lose that goes over here to make the secondary horn on that. He also includes these nice transparent wings, a nice transparent piece on this part here, on his horn, and a completely redesigned head to the previous model. Now, this guy, let me go over some of the articulation. This one, he has many points of articulation on each leg, which are all the same, coincidentally. These here all have ball joint at the base. Okay, camera, stop. Let me get this set up a little bit higher. Maybe that'll work. And now I want to drop it. Okay, let me just go over things. We got a ball joint at the base. You got a nice hinge here, which goes almost all the way around. So if you wanted to, let me pull this out. If you wanted to, it can go all the way up to this point, all the way out to that point. This hinge has a little bit less of the range of motion, but definitely quite a bit for a leg. And then you have a nice hinged foot pad, so it can make him look like he is, foot down on the floor. One of the things that one of the complaints that you would have on these models from this brand is that some of the clutching isn't perfect, and the reason for that is the polystyrene that they use is very soft compared to some of the other polystyrenes that you would see on a model kit. So you will be needing to use some cement for some of the parts. These joints here in particular are cemented to this orange pad here. The same with the front tan one up here. That way, if you pull on it, it doesn't pull the whole thing out. And now, it's not a complaint because you can actually leave that in and not cement it, and when you pull that out, that comes out just fine. But if you play with it or pose it, it could come apart or just get loose because how it's designed. I'm sorry, this thing is killing me, so I'm going to edit this part out. Three, two, one. Alright, so with his legs covered, we have other points of articulation on this guy. We do have one ball joint here in the middle of the two body sections, which actually 3, but on this one it's 2. We got a nice ball there, redesigned from the first one, which does wear out pretty quick. We got these 2 here, which are joints that allow you to articulate the hard shell of the beetle's wings. And we have a rotation here and a swivel on the clear wings. So you can fold those back, put them down, and then look like he's about to take off. Not a bad look. And so with the back end done, we're going to go ahead and cover the front. There is some articulation here in the head, but it's unable to show you because this big setup here is actually holding it together so that it can't rotate. But at the moment, we do have these little guys, which I'm not sure if these are supposed to be like ears or something similar, like what you would see on a beetle, or not a beetle, a lizard actually. That said, we're going to go ahead and open this guy up. I'm going to show you the wonderful details inside here. Actually, I have to take that off first. And the inside of this guy's head, he's got a lot of fun goodies there. So, I don't know what possessed them to come up with this idea. There's a radar dish, I actually had that set aside, and I'll show it in a little bit, that goes here. It looks like a rangefinder of some sort that peeks through the hole on his head there, similar to that. This one rotates here, and is held in place with this ridge when you put the rest of his face on. And you can see all the detailings of, this is just straight out of box, nothing has been painted, no panel lines, nothing like that. So it's just straight out of the box, this is what he looks like. Obviously you can do some better work on your flash. I went and just snapped that off, and including, and speaking of snapping off, I actually snapped off the other half of this ball, which should look just like this one, but that was my fault. So this guy's got a little piggy nose. I didn't know beetles had pig noses, but definitely a cool look to this guy here. His eyes do move just a little bit in their sockets, as well as these ear things, and you do get that rotation like I said earlier. The radar dish, let me grab that real fast. That is right here. Actually sits in here. It comes off pretty easy inside this thing, so I just went ahead and left it off. You know, it gets stuck inside there and rattles. But yeah, no, that one moves up and down. Nothing too spectacular, but there is a shaft that goes through here which prevents it from going all the way over this side. And it generally knocks it off when you're putting it together. So yeah, that is the Beetle. We're going to go ahead and bring out his predecessor, which is the Hercules Beetle type. This one did not come with wings, and so his body slightly different here. Realistically, the back end is the same. He has port covers. This one does too on this setup here, but you opt to put the other parts on, so you can actually take those off and insert these similar features onto him and make it so that he can't fly, or that he's just walking. You can see here the detailing, very similar. I lost that little butt. He has it still, but that one got lost somehow. I'm not sure when or how. These ones were a little bit more finicky than the ones on this set. I think the ball joints are the same. They still have that groove, but honestly these ones are just a little bit less solid here. So like I said, the head was redesigned. This one's a lot smaller and less detailed. It only has a rotation there. This one definitely bigger and has a bigger look to it too. But that said, they are very awesome creatures. Let me go ahead and take this open and see what we got on interior details on this head. Let's see if we can. Doesn't seem to want to let go. Alright, as far as details go on here, definitely a different look on the head. There's similar attributes. I mean, you got the big hole in the back. No panel there to hold things together, or here on the bottom. So that's definitely reworked, but similar. You know, you have definitely a theme going on. This one has tanks instead of the radar and laser rangefinder, maybe, I don't know what that is. Nice Tesla coil looking thing, similar to his. Head is much, much smaller though, and that is mounted on the abdomen, not the head, just like this guy is. So you do get differences here, which is obvious once you look at the armor design on these things. You know, you get the beetle coming out this way, or you get the beetle horns looking out this way, but definitely a similar vein. That said, they are different enough to be unique and similar enough to be in the same series. You can definitely tell they're in the same family. Come on, Chris. Don't throw your beetles around. The new beetle, and I'm sure he came with the old one too. The new beetle came with a decal sheet, and I'm not 100% sure it came on the old one. I'll have to look in my instructions, because that's usually where I keep these if I don't use them right away. But Suyata does give you lots of them. They aren't on the instructions at all, so you can put them as you will, wherever you'd like on this guy's body. So that's kind of a cool thing. That's kind of a cool thing. And this guy, he's definitely worth the money. These beetles are super cool without their armor on. With it is even better, I think. They are a really cool looking model kit and a very fun distraction from Gunpla and Girlpla, as I have been building those for some time now, and I do really enjoy different things. You know, like let's just get something else out there, like a ship or a jet plane. I used to do those all the time. Got real tired of those, so we went to Gundam, and you know, we're just moving down the line and having fun with it. So this beetle, the Tripoloxius, is definitely a win in my book. I would definitely get another. There is another beetle coming out very soon, if it's not already out. And actually, I think we just discussed that. So there is a beetle that's come out that's similar to this one. It is an Atlas beetle, which is the one with the 3 horns. They call them rhinoceros beetles. So that one is going to be a fun one to build and compare and contrast to these guys. That said, buy this one if you can buy it. That said, buy this one if you see it. It's definitely worth the money. It's definitely a fun one to work with. And just remember, there's a couple of aspects on here that are a little different from Gunpla. You are going to need to give it a little love in order to make it shine. And even though out of the box it's perfect in terms of color and differentiation, you can get at that thing with some detail brushes and, you know, just weather the heck out of it or color some of these things differently. You know, you got the orange tubes on this one. On this one, they're gray. You know, it's definitely going to be a fun one to detail up and show who's boss. The color schemes are definitely up to your imagination. I think it would look really great in a natural color, you know, like a dark brown, like almost a hardwood brown. That would be really cool to see. But having said that, just out of the box for $30, not a bad kit at all. Definitely recommend it. Get you one.